this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
What's up, guys? My name is Brendan, and today we're doing a good old-fashioned questions and answers session. I reached out to you on Instagram asking, what do you want to know? Do you guys have any questions for me? And is there anything I can help with? And today I'm gonna answer as many as I can. So with that said, let's get started. When it comes to motivation, I get most of mine by my desire to get better. I genuinely and honestly just want to get really good at tricking. And for me, that just means improvement. I am motivated whenever I improve. And this is usually with very small incremental steps. The other day, I threw my best standing cart triple full. Now, was that the first time I threw the skill? No. Was that the best session in the world? Definitely not. But I improved. I made a very small step on my tricking journey, and that is all the motivation I need. If you guys are struggling to find motivation, what I would recommend is do something that makes you feel good. And what I mean by that is if you feel good going out and drilling a ton of tricks, go out, drill a ton of tricks. If it makes you feel better to watch a sampler and then experiment with your style, do that. No one is telling you how you should be motivated, and it's very individual. You need to figure out how you can find motivation and keep yourself training. Yes, I do. And I think every tricking athlete should be training tricks on their light side and their dark side. If you don't know, some athletes will call the direction they normally twist, which for me is towards my left, their light side, and the direction that they don't like to twist, that is unnatural to them, they call it their dark side. For me, that's twisting to my right. What I would strongly recommend for every tricking athlete is to train both. But keep in mind, most athletes do specialize in twisting one direction. Personally, I love to twist to my left, but I still need to train tricks to my right. Not only does that give me a deeper look into the trick because I'm reteaching it to myself on my bad side, but it also improves my kinesthetic awareness and keeps my body more symmetric. So what I would recommend is, yes, train tricks on your dark side. When it comes to attempting the triple cork, what I need is the perfect environment because the trick is just so risky. What I mean by the perfect environment is I need to not be sore. My body needs to feel relatively fresh and injury-free. And honestly, that hasn't happened for a long time. Not only that, but I need a good floor. Not only does the spring floor have to be strong, but for me, it has to be particularly grippy. Usually, if there is a slippery spring floor, I won't even go near high-level tricks like the triple cork. The only other thing I really need is a good session environment. If people are too hyped up or if they're too relaxed, I'm just not gonna be in the right mindset. When it comes to tricks like the triple cork, I usually don't say, this session I'm going to triple cork. This session I'm going to dub-dub. Rather, I'll go into it with more of a drilling focus. And if my body feels particularly good, only then will I move into working high-level, high-risk skills like the triple cork. But I do love the trick, and I hope to try it again very soon. What I would recommend if you've learned all of your basic kicks and you want to progress your tricking to the next level is focus on your transitions and your basic flips. If you can learn skills like the macaco, butterfly kick, scoot, master scoot, transformer, and spider, you'll be able to do combos. And with combos, you're able to take your tricking to a whole nother level, because then you're able to mix skills from different disciplines. You'll be able to use some of those basic kicks to move into the basic flips using the transitions I just mentioned. So what I would recommend is to just go diversify your skill set and learn some transitions and flips. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good today. That said, my body does hurt. The other day when I had that session, I really went hard, and because of that, my body has been super sore. But that's not a bad thing. Whenever my body gets super sore, it always grows back stronger. But that little in-between time kinda sucks. My body hurts. But other than that, I'm pretty good. My passion for tricking is so huge, but it's only dwarfed in my passion for athleticism. You see, tricking is a cool sport, but there are a ton of great sports out there. I'm talking about Ninja Warrior, gymnastics, parkour, breakdancing, ballet, and you could go even deeper with ball sports, maybe volleyball, soccer, American football. If you watch all of these sports, that's awesome. I think every athlete should keep a diverse palette. They shouldn't just be training their sport, but they should also be cross-training by doing a bunch of other diverse activities. Personally, I love parkour on the days I'm not training tricking, but you should do whatever you like the most. Thank you so much for sending in this question. If you want to coach tricking, I have 3 important tips for you. The first is focus on your fundamentals. If you're not able to perform your fundamentals as a good example, your students are really going to struggle when they're trying to progress their tricks. The second thing I think you really need to focus on is your curriculum. What parts of tricking do you want to focus on? Are you going to be teaching your students mostly kicks, or are you going to be working on transitions? Are you going to be teaching flips, or are you going to focus on vertical spinning? Having an idea of what you're going to teach and what you're going to focus on is extremely important. The third thing I would completely recommend is to go and watch some tutorials. Not just mine, but the other ones that are on YouTube. Tutorials by Plan Zero, Kojo's Trick Lab, Michael Guthrie. If you can find these videos, they're a great way to learn how to teach tricking. But again, thank you for sending in this question. We need more tricking instructors. So please go out there and teach this sport. Literally, I will stretch multiple times a day, sometimes for hours at a time. But that is because I'm training really frequently and at a really intense level. What I would recommend is stretch whenever your body is sore. Stretching is an extremely important part of the recovery process. And if you're not stretching frequently, it's gonna take you a lot longer to heal in between sessions. When it comes to the exercises that I like, I prefer calisthenics body weight exercises, but honestly, I do a little bit of everything. Sometimes I'll go in and I'll lift some weights, or I'll just go for a run and train some cardio. I do a ton of stuff outside of tricking to make sure my body is tricking ready. What I'm currently working on is improving my front swing so that way I can have a really good aerial front swing rise. I want that to be a super solid setups. If you're chasing new tricks, my biggest tips for you are going to be to go back and work the prerequisites and train the entire progression chain. For example, when I'm trying to improve my front swing, I'm doing a lot of cartwheel, front swing, Gumby. It's the exact same trick as aerial front swing rise, but you use your hands for support the entire time. Using this method, I'm able to get my body used to the motions without just dragging myself into the ground by eating it on attempt after attempt. What I would strongly recommend if you want to focus on chasing a specific trick is just work the tricks along the progression chain. Right now, I'm working my aerial front swing rise by training my cartwheel front swing Gumby. And then I'll just remove my hands, do a one-handed cartwheel into a touchdown rise, or something similar. But if you work the progression, it's way safer and you make a lot more progress. When it comes to how I personally balance tricking with my other passions, often it has to do with timing. Tricking is physically intense, and if I have a hard tricking session, it will sometimes take days for my body to recover. And in that time, I like to use it as a time to dive in to hobbies and other passions. For example, I love watching anime. I'm super passionate about it. But I just don't have the patience to sit and watch a half-hour TV episode. I just don't have that patience. So I will stretch and wait until I'm recovering to sit down and take that time. Not only that, but if I want to play a video game like Super Smash Bros. Melee, I'll wait until I'm sore, or if my body is just not feeling up to tricking. We cannot always trick. This sport is just too hard. So what I like to do is I like to use my recovery time as a time to dive in to other hobbies and passions. No, I do not think your age is going to be a problem if you want to learn tricking. The only thing I usually recommend for older athletes is to keep in mind that you will probably take a little bit longer to recover between sessions. That said, your age is not the limiting factor. There are a ton of trickers older than you, and in the grand scheme of things, 30 is still pretty young. There's a tricker named Mateo who is well over 30, who is throwing down and doing triple corks more consistently than I am. Not only that, but my dad, who is over 50, is still competing in the National Ninja League. Don't use your age as an excuse. Go out, train, and progress, because you still have a lot of life to live. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a special thank you to everybody who sent in their questions. If you want to support mastering tricking, it would mean the world to me. And to do that, all you need to do is go on my website, howtomastertricking.com. Look around, maybe pick up a shirt, the curriculum, or even become a patron. But thank you again, and have a lovely day.